Talk to your parents about organizing. It is myOrganized.life, June 11th, 2018. Well, hello and welcome to myOrganized.life. I'm John Hunt, and well, Leanna's on vacation this week, so I'm going solo, but this is the show where we give you organizing tips, advice, and get your questions and comments. And today, in the comments, would like to hear from you if you have a parent you'd love to talk to about getting organized. It's a tough subject, especially as they get older, but that's what we're going to talk about today. In fact, we're going to take a little journey back in our podcast history and look at podcast number 117, a little clip from that where we had Janet Fowles, who's a professional organizer, on talking about how do you approach your parents to get them to even discuss the idea of getting organized. You know, a lot of people have a lot of stuff they accumulate over the years, and sometimes just the overwhelm of getting started is the difficult thing. So we will do that in just a moment, but first I want to tell you about FB Hot 25, which is our special coupon code. Right now, during the month of June 2018, you could take part in our summer sale, and that is at myOrganized.life. 25% off everything. All you have to do is use the code FB Hot 25. So right now we're going to take a look at that clip from podcast 117 called Organizing Your Parents, and then we'll also see a little clip about our summer sale, and I'll come back and we'll close it up.
Sometimes parents are afraid to bring up these issues. They've been actually thinking about it quite a lot, and they just don't know how or whether they want to burden their children with the current problems that they may have organizing. Okay. So it's important to start that conversation tactfully. Right. And there are different ways of doing that.
Well, let's talk about that, because I think that's one thing that, if you get the call, hey, mom or dad, can we have lunch? Well, why do you want to get together? Well, how do you approach a parent? What are some good ideas for doing that, just to get the conversation going?
There are usually circumstances, so they've seen something happen to a friend. And they've seen the consequences on those children. And that's a good opportunity to ask. I'm curious, you can say, I'm curious about how you felt when Aunt Mabel died and all my cousins had to deal with so much stuff. Right. To use what's going on in real life as a way of exploring where your parents are at. They may be, in fact, eager to talk to you and a little worried about bringing up the conversation.
Right. Well, sometimes, when you talk about end-of-life issues, mm-hmm. and parents, I think, notoriously really don't want to talk about the end. Are there other ways that you can talk about getting yourself organized without mentioning the end?
I think by focusing on some of the current transitions that people are making, so it might be the onset of a chronic illness, or it might be that they're downsizing, or they're retiring. Any of these transitions are opportunities to start thinking about organizing for this next part right. of their lives.
Now, obviously, when we talk about organizing parents, there's a lot of things to organize. What are some of the categories? Because maybe some people are overwhelmed that, they have so many things, they've got financial, they've got healthcare. What are some of the areas that you've found in working with clients that are in the most need of being organized for a parent?
Yes, I sometimes put them in a hierarchy of emotional content. And when I start working with older clients, it's usually something to do with paper, but not their personal memory things mm-hmm. from long ago. So we do paper.
And is that like generic paper, kind of like?
Yeah, it can be financial, okay. or it can be medical records, right. or it can be bills and other okay. Pieces that they may have. And we do stuff. We often do stuff in an office or in the kitchen or in closets. And it's an opportunity to say, where would you like the stuff to go? Right. And people are very different in terms of where they want the things that they're no longer going to hold on. I think for parents, if it has family, for them, some family memories, they're hoping that their children will want it all.
Right, yeah.
And that's a big disappointment to parents to realize that, in fact, the kids don't want that stuff.
My parents had this little, I don't even know what it was called, like a candy jar that what they got at some flea market, back in the 1940s, and it was probably worth 15, 20 cents, whatever, but there was something about this candy jar that they wanted to kind of make sure that somebody got this. You don't know why it is, but there's that emotional attachment to that. Is there, I know because in working with my parents, do you try to put some time limit on like each session so you don't overwhelm, like go in for an hour? I mean, I used to say, well, we'll go over on Monday nights and do a little bit at a time, just to not overwhelm them.
I think that's a really important point, John, and it brings up this issue of taking care of your parents and taking care of yourself. Okay. These organizing sessions are emotional, and I think people don't realize the emotional extent of them and don't think in advance, gee, we've got to size this and set boundaries so that neither the parents nor the child get overwhelmed by what's going on.
Right. It's the summer sale at myOrganized.life with 25% off office products like file folders, hanging folders, accordion files, and presentation products. You can get it at myOrganized.life. That's myOrganized.life. 25% off all products. It's our summer sale at myOrganized.life. Okay, there you had the clip on organizing your parents and the sale, little promo there I did. FB Hot 25 is the code you use if you want to get 25% off all the things in the store at myOrganized.life. And you can do that through June 30th, 2018. So if you're watching live, great, you can do it right now. If you're watching this after June 30th, 2018, well, email us. Maybe we'll give you another different code anyway. So anyway, if you want to find that podcast we were referring to, number 117, you just go to smead.com, go up into the search area and type in Organizing Parents and look for podcast number 117. There's other things. That was just a little clip. We talk with Jeanette about tools that you can use to make organizing easier for your parents, keeping all your specialized documents in one place. And there is one powerhouse secret that Jeanette also shares, but you'll have to go either listen or watch that podcast, number 117. So you can either go to smead.com/podcast, scroll down to number 117, or you can just go up into the search bar and type Organizing Parents and look for podcast 117. Well, that is it for today on our Facebook Live. You can also catch this replay on Facebook and on our YouTube channel as well, Smead Organized Life. And it's going to be a great week. Now, I do miss not having Leanne here to kind of help things out, but we'll hold down the fort, and we've got lots of great things in store for you this week. So come back tomorrow, Tuesday, 2 p.m. Central, 3 Eastern, and noon Pacific, right here on myOrganized.life live.